We're going to do some stretching and get the body nice and fluid. Then we're going to be doing things, perhaps movement patterns that we learned as a child, or which we should be able to do when we're a child. As we've got older, we've got stiff, so we'll be moving up and down, and just be careful with your knees. It just encourages the brain to form new pathways to different movement techniques and angles and things. So helping the muscles learn different skills that they might have forgotten or remembered their skills from the past. So we're just going to put feet together, and we're going to take the feet out to the side and drop the heels down. Put your hands on your hips, and all we're going to do to start with is warm through the pelvis just by sinking and then popping the tailbone out behind us. So contracting your tummy muscles, and just imagine there's a line on the floor and you're drawing over it with your tailbone. So just backwards and forwards. You can put a little move in the knees if you feel a bit uncomfortable, a bit unbalanced. And then we're going to let the knees come down and back up again. Slight piece of Lulu. So a couple of moves to the knees. And then just sink through the knees and take the knees over the top of the toes. Keep your heels on the ground. So you're not sticking your butt, you're not sitting in a chair. The knees are over the top of the toes. I'm just going to sink down. You're going to feel that in the front of your heels. And with this position, with the knees engaged over the front of the toes, I'm just going to really exaggerate that movement. So let the shoulders participate now as well. I know we look très attractive, but it's very good for walking. So you're going to feel that through the top of the legs as well. And then hold the position, and then just let your body come down and drop your hands on the ground and put your body against the tops of your legs. Have a little breathe here. Put your hands on your knees, lift your head up. Exhale, contract and round, and just very gently, just bring the hands up and drop them down by the side. You stay as you are. All I want you to do is turn your feet slightly out, and we're just going to take the knees out to the side into a very small place. So again, we want to see if the knees can come over the toes, and you're sinking down. Squeeze your bum muscle to put your tailbone forward. And a similar principle, I know it's not attractive, but we're going to let that exaggeration happen. So we're going to let the chest flare and tailbone goes back, and then backwards and forwards, and you're going to feel it slightly differently in your legs. So it's a nice, but like ducks, don't we, waddling along. And then take your hands up, nice straight legs, arch your back slightly, let your hands fall behind your head as best as you can. And you're going to feel a stretch down the front of the body. So what we're going to do is take the chin up, take a nice breath in, retain the breath, stretch the front of the body. And as we exhale, we're going to reset the spine, bring the hands back down. Rotate your shoulders, but let the hips have some movement as well, so it's not isolated. The elbows lift, so you can lift. What you feel is you lift the elbows, you're lifting the shoulders, come out of this space, then you'll split. And rotating your back. Almost drawing a little circle across your hip as you're doing it, so thinking about lifting all the way through the arm. And then come back. So moving, now we're nudging people out of the way to get to the bar. So that practice for when we're going for isolation. And then we're going to start to bring the hands over. So now we're swimming. Well, we like to try different sports, don't we? Because we can't actually get in the swimming pool. And then one last time, and then bring the hands down. And just have a little sway through the hips. Nice and loose sway. Let the arms go. And also, it's been a bit up and down, and we've all been a bit sort of great and not so great and everything. So kind of we're just shaking everything off, letting our arms move. It's like the first time we've got a bit of freedom. It might just be with the body, but we're just allowing some movement to happen that we're not, not normally allowing ourselves to do. And then to come to the position, let's just shake the hands off. And really rotate through the wrists and then turn them in the opposite direction. We could always put a dance together with what we've been doing so far, couldn't we? The hands back on your hips, bring your foot out, similar principle. Let the ankles move. Move from the top of the ankle to stretch them rather than you concentrating on the point of the toe. You can also hold on to something, although I expect your balance to be slightly more used to this now. Let's do it on the other side as Then, very simply, just have a movement through the knees. So it's like a fast walk, but we're not actually going anywhere, just on the spot. Yeah. Stationary position. Come up onto your toes. Don't let your legs flare out. Make sure the weight's straight, your ankles are engaged. If you need to hold onto a chair or the side, that's absolutely fine. Big deep breath in. Exhale back down. Do it again and roll up. See if we can take the hands up, keep the breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down, let the knees bend slightly. And then last time, let's come up nice and high. Now squeeze the tops of your legs, tummy muscles in, up and into the body. Let the breath go. One more time. And then we're going to lower the feet, sweep the hands down, and a bit like a monkey. That's it. Have a little sway around. Let your bum bob around. Yeah, some of you got some excellent action. It's like we're dancing. Amazing. And let's just let the body now come down to a nice forward bend. Let the hands hang, let the body hang, let everything drop. Let that head be nice and loose. Let it fall, let it wobble. Now you're down. Place your hands in a position near the ground or on your ankles on the feet. And we're going to breathe deeply. And again. Place your hands on the top of your bent knees. Sit your bum down slightly. Inhale, take your head up. Exhale, keep your hands still, round through your back and push up and push against your legs. Bring your chin to your chest. I know no hairs in the way, so I haven't tied it back, have I? Inhale, take the head back up, rotate the tailbone back behind you. Exhale, contract and round. One more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, contract and round, and this time lift. Bring your hands back down, bring your legs back down, lift your head back up. Big deep breath in. Take a breath. Exhale, contract around, really reach and open to the corners of the room, stretch through the arms. And back down. Last time. Inhale, take the head up and hold, retain the breath. Exhale, contract, contract, nice, slowly. Move the hand, hold at the top, nice wide open space for the hands. Stay here. We're going to reach from side to side. So we're not reaching up and out to the side. No, we're just feeling movement through the shoulders. Anything like me, you can hear it all clicking and all crunching. And then we're going to move them to the side. Similar principle. Taking them out to the side. And then put them down. And don't think about leaning, think about how far you can get the hands. So you're going to tap the side of the leg. So think, although your tummy and your hips are working, thinking about one more. Neutral. Inhale, sweep the hands up, reach back. And we're going to chop down. Inhale, back up. Look up with the head, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale. Last time, inhale up. Exhale. Let your arms, again. Let's have a swing around. Fall into that forward bend again. Let the head drop, and this time see if you can straighten the legs. Now if you need to hold on to something, you need a bolster, a block or anything, that's fine. If you don't have one of those, either put your hands above your knees or on your calves, and see if you can let your shoulders fall a little bit closer. So you've got support somewhere. It doesn't matter if the arms fall out, just as long as you feel like you've got some support. And you can then breathe. And we're going to breathe, so let's really expand the tummy. Then let's suck those belly buttons back. See how we're taking the tummy in, and one more time. Now you're going to stay down with your knees, legs and back. So let's take the feet out just about 5 inches more. So we're kind of a bit wider than hips distance. Okay? And all we're going to do is we're going to keep one leg straight and we're going to bend one knee. And if you can see, we're not dropping to the side overwards, we're just literally dropping the weight down. So you're effectively, let's think down. Your hip hasn't jutted out. You're just going to sink down over that bent knee and hands are engaged on the ground or your legs. Even if you can't touch the ground, don't worry. What you want to do with a straight leg, that side, you're going to reach out and reach either for the floor or touch the floor in front of you. Quite complicated. Big deep breath in. Draw that hand back, sink onto the knee on the other side and straighten the leg on this side this time, and then reach that hand out in front of you. This time we're going to think about our breathing. So we're going to go over to the other side. Breathe in. Exhale, reach out, straight arm, straight leg, same side. We're going to breathe into the compression. Forget the stretch, breathe into the side of the body that's compressed against the leg. Exhale, draw that hand back. Last time on the other side, let the breath go. Reach out, straighten the leg, straighten the arm. It's a good practice. A deep breath into the compression. And then straighten both legs, bring the hands back and fall into a forward fold. So you'll have felt that down the side of the knees, in the back and in the arms. Head fall. We're going to very gently bend those knees again. Your hands on your knees, inhale, lift your head up, arch the back, breathe in, expand that chest. Exhale, we're going to let the body fall, walk the hands down and come onto your knees. Take your hands up and over your head. Let's take a big, deep breath in, come up. And on your knees, have a reach from side to side. Let your wrists move. Let your body sway. So what can happen is if you're swaying, you will be leaning back slightly sometimes. Your back, you're going to feel your back engaged, you're going to feel your bum engaged, you're going to feel your tummy working. So we're actually giving it a little bit of warmth through the core. We're just thinking about the arms moving and it's naturally happening. Straight back up, big deep breath in. Bring your hands down. So starting to get into this more of a primal movement. We're going to roll back up and back into your forward fold. Well done. Let your head fall. Bend your knees, place your hands on your knees, lift your head up. You're going to know this one by the end of the class. Exhale, contract and round. Inhale, reaching up nice and high. And this time we're going to let the body fall down, take the hands straight down, straight onto our knees. That's it, so it's fluid. Inhale, take your hands up nice and high like we did before. And let yourself sway from side to side this time. Oh, you look so beautiful. That's it. And one more time each side. And then bring your hands back down, straight onto your toes. Walk, you're going to get more and more fluid as the time goes on. Let your head fall down. Breathe in and out. Make sure that breath is really entering the body, contracting through the muscles as you let the breath go. Bend those knees, lift that head up. Fluid motion round through. Inhale, top and open. And falling straight back down into your knees. Last time, inhale, take the hands up and over the head, lattice them together at the top and push through, and then draw circles. And if you need to, you can always squeeze your bottom to keep and give you support. And then go and change directions. Whatever feels quite nice. Heads come up, lift the arms up. Exhale, drop yourself down into child's pose. Well done. Put your head down for a second, have a breathe. And a breath again. Walk your hands out in front. Up. Lift the head up, arch your back, take your tailbone up. Round your back and back down. We're going to do that twice more. So we're going to inhale up. In the last of the breath while retaining, we're going to take our chin up. So contracting round and back down towards the ground. Last time, inhale, coming up, take the head back, arch the back. Exhale, contracting round, hands back down. Walk the hands back, straight away, back onto your toes, back into forward fold. See how fluid that was? Everyone's thinking that wasn't fluid for me, but you're getting there, so that's all that matters. Hands on knees, lift your head up, breathe in. Exhale, contracting round, inhale at the top and open. Exhale, just bring the hands down and just let the shoulders have a little rotate, let the knees have a little rotate. And we're going to go back down. So inhale, take the hands up. Bend your knees, come down to catch yourself. The reason why we're teaching these things is because, I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm going to do next, is because it helps you, if you're falling or you get into a situation, you get yourself out of it. So we're going to take the legs to the side and sit down. That's it. We're going to come back up. Take the legs to the other side and sit down. Come back up. Roll back onto your toes. Walk your hands back up. And what I want you to do is think about when you're moving and you're dropping your bottom and things, it's not just a case of dropping your weight down. You're trying to catch yourself and being graceful with it. And that's the whole point of primal movement, being agile. Inhale, take your hands up over your head. I'm going to drop. You're either going to go down like we did before. If you want to go a little bit further, you're just going to drop down onto your toes and then drop down. So it really doesn't matter. You're going to sit down straight away onto one side. Lift your hands off the ground if you can. Come back up, place your hands down. Inhale, take your head up. Exhale, contract and round. Inhale, take your bum back down. Exhale, fall onto the other side. Don't fall, I won't drop. Nice and calm. Make sure your hands are off the ground if you can. Come back up onto your knees. Place your hand down, lift your head up. Exhale, contract around, take your hands up and over the head. This is where it gets a little bit more difficult, so do be careful. Big deep breath in. Take yourself down. Take your legs around to the front. Breathe in and down. Have a little sway while you're down. That's it. Inhale, take your hands back. Sweep your feet back underneath your body. Lift your hands up towards the ceiling. And come back up onto your knees. Well done. I bet all your knees are clicking and mine are too, so it's fine. Big deep breath in. Well done. There's a few wobbles there. Big deep breath in. Let's come back down. See if we can keep our hands off the ground and bring our feet out in front of us. Big deep breath in. Coming forward and dropping the body down. Have a little sway while you're down. Let the body move from side to side. Inhale, take the hands back up. See if you can keep the hands off the head this time. One leg, two legs. Roll back up. Inhale. Hands are going to come down. Rock back into your forward fold and take your hands straight over your head. Do the whole thing again. We're going to add an element in. Just have a little move through your shoulders to start with. Okay, big deep breath in. Coming down. Drop your knees down this time. The body up. Sit down onto one side. The variation is we're going to bring one foot out in front of us and one foot behind. We're going to place one hand down on the back ankle. Well done for those that are keeping up, reaching over the top. Inhale, coming back up. Bring your knees together or into your starting position. Lifting back up, well done. Big deep breath in. Come down onto the other side. Move your feet. Place your hand on your back ankle and reach over the top. Excellent job. Inhale, come back up. Set your knees back up. Big deep breath in. Bring your hands down. Arch your back for a second to release it. Inhale, dig your toes in, round through into a forward fold. Bend your knees, put your hands on your knees, lift your head up. Exhale, contract and round. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Now, just have a second, because what tends to happen when you're dropping and you're holding yourself up is your back tends to take a lot of the strain. So we want to make sure we feel nice and loose. We're going to do one more, including with what we've just done. But you're doing really well. So you can either just stick with what we've just done, you can do the simplest version, you don't even have to go down if you don't want to. Then try something else as well. So let's take our hands up nice and high. Let's really let the back arch, let's really open up the chest. So let's inhale. See if we can come down. If you need to put your hands down, you can. Nice slow position coming down. This is a bit of a challenge, so we're going to go back up. Big deep breath in. Come back down. If you need to just go down, that's fine. I know knees are going to be a little bit unhappy, so take your time. Drop your knees down. Come up onto the top of them. Big deep breath in. Come down to the side. Drop yourself down. Bring your feet back into that position where one's in front and one's to the side. Drop your hand down onto your ankle, let's reach across. Exhale, coming back up. Drop your hand down. And this is where you may feel uncomfortable. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You bring your foot out in front. Keep one leg bent. Big deep breath in. Come forward and reach down towards that leg. In and out. Inhale, reaching back up. Try not to use your hands. Bring your foot in. Set your knees. When you feel ready, come back up. Well done, good job. Excellent, well done. Big deep breath in. Coming down. So we're not moving the feet first. We come down, let the bum go, and then we move the feet into that starting position. Now the whole of the lower half body core is working. Place your hand on your ankle. Let's have a reach across. So deep breath in. Exhale, reach back up with your front foot, reach out with the back knee down. If you need to move it, you can. I know this is quite a lot of pressure on people's knees, so you don't have to be here. I know people aren't as flexible as this. Big deep breath in with the hands up. Exhale, coming forward. Let the head drop down. Breaths while you're down here. And again. Walk your hands back, take them up and over your head. Bring your knees back to your starting position. Come back up. Big deep breath in. Bring your hands down, round through your spine. In that breath. Onto your toes, roll the legs to a straight position, let the head fall. Put your hands on your bent knees, lift your head up, arch your back. Exhale, contract and round. Inhale, open up nice and high. A minute just to reset myself. I know knees, we have warm knees up. I know this might be a little bit challenging for some, so I want you to try and adapt it the best way you can. Don't make yourself be uncomfortable or be in any pain. Just again, you're teaching your knees to move in a way that you're probably not used to. So, we're going to take the feet just slightly wider than hips distance. Before we do anything, we're just going to go down into our little chair pose. We're going to breathe in, and we're just going to pop our bum down. And in this position, we're just going to have a little move with our hips from side to side. Feel it moving through the ankles, feel it moving all around the knees and in the hips, and you may feel a little bit in the tummy. Come back to a central position so you can go a bit lower. And then reach up nice and high. And then we're going to see if we can come down, bend the knees, lift the heels off the ground. Drop down like a frog. Okay. Open up your knees, so you're opening up your legs. And you're just going to see if you can reach in between the 2 points. So you're going to reach out in front of you, stretch the back. What you want to think about is not lifting your bum off the ground to do it. It's pushing your tailbone around, but reaching your hands out in front of you. You will feel at the end of this situation, even though we haven't concentrated on stretch, you will feel that you have stretched quite a lot. So breathing in. If you want to try and put your heels down, you can, don't worry if you can't. And again. We're going to take the hands back, straighten the legs into a forward fold. Lift your hands up, squeeze your bum muscle and come up nice and high. Okay, we're going to do something and we're going to add a little bit into that. So big deep breath in. And we're just going to see if we can come down, fall and drop. To come out of this, I want you to put your hands over your head. Big deep breath in. Well done, not nice at all. The jaw was so brilliant. Big deep breath in. Now you can go down, put your hands first, or if you feel you can, you're going to lower yourself down. I've given you modification, so you go with what you feel. If you want to be at the starting one, just because I've been down without my hands doesn't mean you need to. What we're going to do, you see my knees are apart, you can see my toes on the ground. We're going to drop one knee down, but my back foot is going to go flat. So I'm going to drop that knee down, I'm going to sit on my heel. I will just, if you're in this position, all you've done is lifted your foot up. So that's what we've gone. We've gone from here, your hand down if you want, down and drop yourself down. And then in between the 2 points of the knees, we're going to reach and we're going to touch the ground. Nice big stretch. Let that knee that's behind you, that's the foot's on the ground, the knees up in the air, but behind you, let it slightly fall out behind you a little bit to increase the stretch to the inside of the leg. Let the body fall, the elbows, everything fall in between those 2 points. Take a big deep breath and expand through the tummies. Exhale, let it go. And again. Walk your hands back. Think when I'm teaching you this and thinking, oh, I'm going to kill Anna next time I see her. Think to yourself, this is because I'm trying to be taught how to get in and out of certain positions that I've got I always struggle with. Let's do that on the other side. So we're going to drop that foot down on the other side and sit onto our bum. Let that knee kind of fall out a little bit behind you. Let's reach in between those 2 points. So you're going to feel quite an in-depth strength in the inside of the thigh there, the hip, which is lovely for the hip. Probably not that good for your knees, but great for the hip. Big deep breath in and out. One more breath. Walk your hands back and then come back on. Now you can stay down because we are going to come back down, but for those that feel they've got the challenge in them, reach their hands over their head, big deep breath in, and come up. Alternate rotate, and back down again. So big deep breath in. Put your hands down first. If you feel you can do it without, don't worry. We're thinking about all of our core strength in our knees. So if it's too much for the knees, don't worry. Take your time with it. You're going to feel this in your legs and your bum by the end of it. We're going to see if you need to put the hands down again, you're going to do that. If you can, you're going to drop the knee down without. And you're going to drop yourself down. Well done. You're going to place the hands straddling the knees, so either side of the knee. We're going to place them as far out as you can in front of them. Now I want you to watch my back foot. I'm going to come off the ground. I'm not digging my toe in to get up. I'm going to roll across my toes. My foot. And to come back down onto that, similar principle. On the tops of the toes, not bending the toes, on the top, on the toenail. Weights in the front foot, we're going to roll across the front of the foot, back down. Just like that. Coming back up. I'm going to do that on the other side. So take your hands up. Put your hands down. If you can, you're going to lower your knee without them, and then you're going to drop down onto your heel. Take your hands to straddle your knee. Roll to put the weight in your front foot. Use your hands for support. Roll, you know, because your toenails are taking the support, not the back of your toes. And roll back up and lift you. Well done. That was toughy. Do that again. Big deep breath in. Bring your toes down. Sit on the top of those toenails. Weights in the front foot and in the hands. Bend that front knee. The back foot is just there to help you in case you fall. That's why you're on the tops of the toes, not on the pads of your toes, because you're the emphasis in your knees. Come back into your squat. We're going to go up, but you can stay down if you want. Hands into prayer this time. Big deep breath in, come up. Bring your hands up. Exhale, keep the hands apart and see if you can come back down. Well done. If you're anything like me, you'll hear it all crunching. And then put your hands down if you need to, but if you can, you're going to drop that knee. Foot. Straddle the knee with the hands. Roll off the back foot. Big deep breath in. Bring your toes down, roll back across. Back onto your toes. Take your hands up. Roll and place the foot down. Sit on your heel. Every little movement is important. Place your hands down in front of your knees. Take the weight to the front toe. Roll off your back foot and lift that toe off towards. Fantastic. Big deep breath in. Exhale, bring that foot back down. Roll down onto the toes. Down onto your knees. Just have a little stretch through the top and come into child's pose and have a tiny little break. Now, this next one is going to be challenging, so if you need to have a little rest now, you can do. If you need a little bit of pain, you take the rest you need. Okay. We're going to start with our hands down. We're going to come up onto that half. It's actually really lift, but we're going to go onto the knees. We're going to put our hands on our hips. Let's put our hands on our hips to start with. We're going to put one leg up and stand up. Straight forward. Same leg. Back down. Bring your knee down. Let's do that on the other side. So I'm going to come up, other foot forward, This also it sounds quite easy, doesn't it? Come up and stand. Back, sink down. Come down. Now see if you do it with your hands over your head. So we're going to come up, foot up, and up. Well done. And back down, and back down, and back down. Your hands up. Last time on the other side. Come up, and then lift the whole body up. Take your foot down, and down, and down. We're going to do one more thing with that movement. Don't have to do any more. You can stay as we are. Take your hands up. Breathe in. Going to come up and up. Push it off the back. Lift your foot up. You're going to go down, bend your knee, place your tops of your toes on the ground, and roll across the front foot and back down. Well done. Other side. Going to come up, bring that other foot forward, sweep the foot and bring it up. And then take it back, bend the knee, place the tops of the toes down, roll across that foot, back down and back down. That was really good, well done. Wasn't fun at all, was it? Just have a little stretch to your arms, push up. Big deep breath in. Bring your hands down, dig your toes in, roll and straighten the legs into that forward fold. Let your back release, have a little breather here. Take your hands up and over your head. Stretch, stretch, and release. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to stand on one side of our mat, or straddle it, it doesn't really matter, as long as you can see me. We're going to take one foot out to the side, and we're going to lift it so we're balancing. We're going to step across and place that foot down. We're going to turn and down. Place the knee down. Bring that leg back up. Turn it. Curtsy. And back up. One more time on that side. Lift the foot up into a balance. Now you've got the kind of rhythm. You're going to step across into a curtsy. Turn your front foot, put your knee down. Take the knee down. Same leg's going to come back up. Lift into your curtsy, turn your front foot, and back down. What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you ways to get off the ground without using your hands and get your hips working properly. Let's do it on the other side. Okay. Foot. Curtsy lunge. Turn your front foot, take your back knee down and down. Same foot come up, turn your foot at an angle, into your curtsy, and back up. One more time. Lift onto a balance. Curtsy. Turn your front foot. Knee's going to come down. Anything like me, Matt's probably making a lovely noise now. You're going to turn your front foot. Come into your curtsy. Step back. Well done. That was excellent. Give your legs a shake. I bet they're aching now. Feet move. Let your hands move. What we're going to do is just some big circles. So we're leaning back, leaning forward, just to release any tension through the spine. That's it, and then change the direction. Yeah, one more time. Take your hands up nice and high at the back of your mat. So bring yourself back to the back of the mat. Exhale, coming down, bend your knees, drop the weight down, straighten your legs. Walk your hands down. Take your hands up and lower yourself down onto the mat. And bring yourself into a cross-legged position. Now, I'm going to give you a task. Some of you are going to find this really easy. Some of you are going to be a bit just
combobulated, but that's absolutely fine. So one foot is going to sit very close to the inside of the body, and the other foot is going to be across. So it's almost like sitting here talking. What we're going to do. We're going to bring our hands down and come up. That's it. And then we're going to bring our hands down and sit back down in the opposite direction. Yeah, brilliant job. Same again on the other side. Let's bring that foot close to the leg, close inside the leg. Bring the other one into a nice high knee. Hands come down. Let's lift up, round, and up. Keep the feet perfectly still. Bring the hands down. Back down into cross-leg position. I am thoroughly impressed with you all. That was brilliant. Now, you'll be happy to know. Put the legs out in front of us and give them a little bit, because your knees. What tends to happen is because we have injury, or so learn to walk a certain way, or we learn to cope a certain way, or muscles are stronger. Our knees tend to form to help whichever what we've got used to. So making our knees move in other angles which we're not necessarily used to can be a little bit uncomfortable. So you may feel they're a little bit achy, but it will stretch the T-bands all through the insides of the knee. So just give your knees a little bit of a wobble. What we're going to do is take the feet out to the side. We're just going to have a nice stretch now. So you'll be happy to know there's not going to be a lot of up, down, up, down. It's nice and tall on your tailbone. Come as low as you can in front of your body, and just lower one shoulder towards you. And then come over the other side and do that on the other side. And then over the top, back down. Over the top and back down. And then we're going to go over the top and back down and stay down. So we're going to go as low as we can. We're going to lift the hand that's the same hand that's the furthest one away from our the farthest foot, and lift over the head and just have a little stretch. The point is not necessarily to make sure the spine's straight at this point, it's to put the weight into this side of the body so we can feel through the back of the knee. Make sure your foot's not falling in or falling out too much, pointing towards the ceiling. And if you want to look up with the hand, you can do. You can take it over your head, you can take it behind the body, or just sit up nice and tall. You want to take it over your head, turn your palm so it's down, and let the weight sink through. So you can guide and be in control of how much weight's in that leg. Breathing. Bring your hand back down, roll over the top, and let's come onto the other side. Lift that hand back up, take it behind, you can keep it up, or like we said before, keep your toes facing up towards the ceiling and lean over, palms facing down, try and lift your chest forward if you can, but not too much. Thinking about that weight coming over towards the toes. Doesn't matter how far down you can get, just be in control of your position. So make sure this bottom hand can push you up at any time if you feel it's uncomfortable. Now bring the hand up, take it behind the leg, bring the other hand inside, and just drop your head down towards your knee. Feel the stretch move very differently, slightly differently within the body. So we're just going to come down, because what we're trying to do is just release the tension through those knees. Just let the body sink down. We'll breathe. And quite a lot of moving and stretching around the front of the knee, but not much around the back. So obviously when we stretch around the front, you activate muscles at the back, so we want to release them. Inhale, take the hands over the head. And let's take that to the other side and drop the weight down towards those knees. And breathe. Breathe. Breathe in deep. The weight, let the body, let the head in. And just be careful. You know you're going to feel a stretch. If it feels uncomfortable, don't go too far. And again. then come back up. We're going to very gently crack the knees, and then bring the feet in. And we're going to lie down on the mat. It's nice to lie down, isn't it? Put one foot on top of the other and let the knee come out to the side. And then I want you to see if you can lift your bottom foot off the ground. What you're going to look like is this. You're going to thread your hand through, meet your other hand, top of your knee, and we're going to pull that knee towards us. So effectively what we're doing is pulling this foot in by using the knee to lever in. You don't want to look at my bottom, do you? So let's move. Put your head down so you're nice and comfortable. And while you're in this position, because you've got your knee control, because you're not doing it with your hands, you can give it a little bounce, a little sway, you can pull it as far away, you can let it release it. Just want you to feel as though you're allowing the glute muscle all the way down to the knee to have a release, because when we're lifting out those curtsy lunges or lifting off the ground to standing, a lot of work is put in those muscles. So it's just allowing them to have a little release. Releases the hips and also the legs up, so much of that. Now drop your foot down and then release your foot off the top of the other side. Now let's bring the foot up on the other side. We're going to lift the foot off the ground. We're going to thread a hand through the centre, meet it, hold on to that knee, and again, we'll do what we feel comfortable. You might want to rock across your back a few times. Then you might want to stay still, you might want to put it down, you might want to put your foot down, you might feel uncomfortable, you might feel, oh, I mean, if anybody wants to increase the stretch, you can actually put your hand on the back of your knee, straighten your leg, and pull your leg, lifting your bum off the ground. Quite an intense stretch. Most of you are going to want to stay here, okay? But it's just in case you want to deepen that stretch because maybe you're not feeling it or just another way of doing it. It's a bit like pigeon pose, but we're not putting all our weight down through it. We're a bit more in control of what we're doing. Had enough strain for one. And then place the feet down. Stretch the body out. And let's have a nice big stretch all the way through the body. Let's really stretch through the tummies. Release the feet, right, and rotate the ankles because we've got a lot of pressure through the ankles and the toes, lifting ourselves up and down. So let's make sure we've got control. We're going to bring the feet back up. We're going to place the right foot on top of the left knee, but actually with the palm against the top of the knee. We're going to take the hands out to the side, and we're going to roll that knee down towards the left-hand side of the body. And what you won't have realised, perhaps, well, you might if you can feel it a lot of the back, but a lot of what we just done used a lot of core strength. You need to allow those back muscles to have a little movement. So breathing in and out, big deep breath in. Let the breath go. And again, big deep breath in. Let the breath go. Now, carefully, let's roll back up and let's change the feet over. The left foot goes on top of the right knee. Hands are out to the side. We're going to roll down to the right hand side. If you need to undo your foot or move your leg, if you feel it's uncomfortable on your back, you can always release the knee or the foot. It's quite a deep movement, but it is going to help the lower back releasing. You look towards your back hand, you can look towards the ceiling, you can look towards your back, the front hand, it doesn't matter as long as you look. You're going to have a breathe. One more breath. And then we're going to come up, place the feet down, put the knees together, and we're going to roll over onto our side and stack our hips on top of each other, knees on top of each other, and we're going to reach out and touch the palms of our hands, so our shoulders stacked on each top of each other. Everything's stacked on the point underneath. Okay? And we're going to keep the knees and the hips still. We're not going to rock the hips about, we're going to keep them very well stacked, engaged in the core, and all we're going to do is open the hand and reach out. You're going to feel that more in the upside, so it's theoretic. And that's probably spinal movement. So we're going to look over the back,
And then we're going to come back over. Erratic. Irrelevant, isn't it? We're working through the spine, so drop the hand down. And back over, touch the hand. And back over and open. Stay here, breathe in deeply, expand through the lungs. Exhale, stay here. And then bring your hand down by the sides of the body, bring the other hand down and roll. And onto the other side. So let's stack the knees, stack the hips. Lie on our shoulder and hands are engaged with each other. So everything's nice and level, everything's nice and stacked. We're not twisting the hips open, we're not twisting the shoulders open, everything's engaged. When we lean the body back, we're not moving the hips at all. So let's open up the body and reach back. Inhale back over. Breathe in and reach back. Exhale back over. Last time, inhale over. Exhale, stay here, let the shoulder drop. Now breathe in and expand through the chest. Exhale, let that shoulder be heavy. Inhale, coming back over the top. Let's use some of our getting out of these skills like we've just learned. We're going to bring ourselves back up onto our knees, slide them around and take the legs back out. Your legs in. And sit up nice and tall, just release the knees slightly so you're not having to really straighten themselves. Nice and high on the body. Hands into your lattice position. Big deep breath in. Exhale, push out. And then inhale straight up. And then exhale. Let's rotate in one direction, just one. And then come back down. Inhale. Exhale, push out in front. Inhale back up. Exhale in the opposite direction. Now we're rotating through. And then release the hands. Release the legs. Let the body weight, doesn't matter how far forward you're leaning, let's just let it come forward. Have a little sway through the spine from side to side. Let the legs straighten. Have a little movement. So we just release the intention through the hips, through the backs. Nice gentle movement. Now flex the feet. And then let's move from side to side again. So you're going to feel that move down to your calves rather than it being more easy to feel the movement. Might not work in those legs, so let's move. So lean into one side and take the weight over to one side so you feel it, especially on one side, but make sure your foot really engaged there. Breathe in. Take the weight over to the other side. Facing. Inhale, come back to centre, let the weight goes far forward, walk the shoulders forward. And release. Hands up. Hands down. Bend the knees. Just let them fall out to the side with your feet in a down shape, but the feet are quite far out in front of you, not right up against the body, they're out in front of you, and they're just nice and loose. I'm just going to reach for your feet in front. And then very gently. The hands this time, so they're a little bit tired. Yeah. Roll onto your back feet. And into a forward fold. Stay here for a minute, feel the stretch in the legs, weight in front of the toes. Body be heavy. Bend the knees, let's release the spine by lifting. Exhale, contract around. Inhale, open up at the top. And exhale, just drop the hands down. Just a couple of, get life back through the knees. Like little penguins. Moving through the knees. Move the feet. What you to do is just see if you can, it's like herding, but actually you're thinking about that knee muscle having a release. And then do this on the other side. Hands up. And we're not gonna hold the knees very much, we're just gonna let them drop. And back down, back in, back down, last time in, down, and then inhale up. Bring the hands into prayer. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, open up the hands, coming down, reach behind your back, use the chest. Forward. Inhale, coming back up nice and high. Exhale, draw down towards the heart. Namaste.